After a fantastic term pouring our time and finance into the first phase of the building project to get this space into a condition that we can actually meet in on a Sunday, many of you will be wondering, now that we're in, what's next? And here's how we're approaching the project. So firstly, our long-term plan. We want to begin to imagine ultimately what our dream is for the building, to draw up some plans that we're going to be working towards in the long run. And these are much more significant in scale, things like getting a new roof, relocating the entrance to the other end of the building, moving some staircases, inputting heating. And we're going to be working with our community, with key leaders in church to pray for and define the spaces that we think we'll need in the building and to begin to work out things like costings and timescales. So if you have ideas for the buildings, catch me on a Sunday, email them to me and I can bring them to our team. So our short-term plan. Whilst we might not know what the final building will look like, we do feel God's given us the next place to put our foot. And we've identified some simple and immediate projects that we'd like to see completed in the next 6 months. That will just really help us to create more space for ministry in Farnborough and improve the quality of it that we put on. So these include creating a multifunctional lounge where the remaining soft play is to the left of the current entrance behind the information point. And this will allow Revive, our social justice ministries, to have a space to gather their groups midweek. It will allow youth to run every Sunday and small groups to have a place in the building, a comfortable lounge to run their courses. We want to renovate the entrance hall and the coffee bar. These spaces, as you can see, are still very raw and we'd love to make them more welcoming and comfortable. We want to create some offices and pastoral rooms for our Farnborough-based staff team to work midweek. Currently the team are perching on production desks or children's-sized tables and we'd love to have a presence from our team midweek to meet with our community. We want to furnish the kids' spaces beyond the basics, adding things like doors, radiator covers, adding storage and improving our baby changing and feeding parents' facilities. In order to make these happen, we're looking to raise £50,000 in some gift days. This is a step of faith for us as a recently revamped and relatively new church community, but I want to remind you that we have a heritage as a church of being a people of generosity and a legacy of knowing God's provision for our community. As we rebuild the temple, this next few years are going to be an incredibly exciting and faith-filled time for us as a church family. So let's seize this opportunity to do something significant in the coming weeks and months as we give. And let's believe that we will see God do far more abundantly than all that we think or ask. And to Him be the glory in the church and in Christ Jesus throughout all generations, forever and ever. Amen.